I'm very excited to talk about this movie today because one of my favorite directors has a new film in theaters, a horror comedy from Sam Raimi called Send Help. Welcome back to Archer Vision, presented by MovieArcher.com and the Movie Archer Podcast Network. My name is Nico, and before we do anything, please make sure you are liked and subscribed to this channel, as well as myself on TikTok at Nico Knows Film, same name. But more importantly, please make sure you're up to date with everything we have going on at MovieArcher.com. There's a ton of incredible written reviews from a ton of new 2026 releases. There's some visual reviews, a lot of awards coverage that I'm doing for Oscar season right now because we just had the nominations. We're in the knee deep of award season. And coolest of all, between the Movies and Us podcast and the Revisionist Almanac podcast, we have 6 interviews with 3 of the 5 nominees for Best Live Action Short at the Academy Awards. So please check out those interviews, and there's even some more to come. Let's get back to some Sam Raimi talk. His new horror thriller comedy is hitting theaters this week. It's called Send Help, starring Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien. Rachel McAdams plays an employee who is trapped on a deserted island with her boss after a plane crash. Her boss, played by Dylan O'Brien, and they both struggle to survive as tension rises between them. Very excited to see this movie. I am such a Sam Raimi fan, so getting to see a new original film from him on the big screen was just an absolute joy to me. Of course, what he did with the Spider-Man trilogy, the original Spider-Man trilogy, shaped not only my love of the character, but my love for cinema overall. I love what he did with Evil Dead. The story of how that all came to be is so awesome. And then movies like The Gift and Drag Me to Hell, I think, are amazing and awesome because they are so unapologetically him. And of course, I'm one of the few people, I guess, who really liked Multiverse of Madness. And that idea of his movies feeling like him are what I love about Raimi as a director so much. He has such a unique, dynamic visual style. He's got the slapstick comedy. He's got the horror elements. He knows how to make something fun, gross, thrilling, all of the above. And he's one director where I feel like every time I watch one of his movies, I see what he's doing. I see him in every project. And if you don't believe me, go watch some movies like Drag Me to Hell and Evil Dead, and then go rewatch the original Spider-Man trilogy with Tobey Maguire, and you will see his touch all over those movies and how clever he was to work his style in a movie such as Spider-Man. And I'm happy to report with Send Help, I had an absolute freaking blast. I had a blast because everything I just talked about is on full display. This movie is Sam Raimi to the max. This is Sam Raimi style unleashed. It's gnarly, it's gross, it's thrilling, it's downright hilarious, and it's creepy. It is all dialed up to 11. The best way I could describe it is if you've seen and enjoy a movie like Drag Me to Hell. This movie's like Drag Me to Hell on steroids. It feels like the little brother to Send Help. Send Help feels like Sam Raimi going, I'm going to give you everything I've ever done. Here it is. The biggest difference this time, and something that really elevates this experience to another level, in my opinion, is the inclusion of 2 incredible actors, an excellent pairing for this project. Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien. 2 performers I absolutely love to death. I think Rachel McAdams continues to be one of the best to do it, and Dylan O'Brien just keeps getting better and better each year, and he continuously impresses me with the projects he chooses. And the biggest compliment I could give these 2 is they sell everything. They have incredible chemistry together. They're playing their roles perfectly, but most of all, they sell all the craziness, the batshit nature, the grossness, the gnarliness, the dark moments, and even some really surprising, really effective emotional moments as well. Concept isn't anything crazy original, but the 2 performers really make it well worth your time. Of course, we have 2 characters at odds. They end up stuck in a situation where all they have is each other, and then the movie kind of plays around with the theme of the whole enemies to friends thing. Just when you think the movie's going to fall into certain cliches with that theme, there are some really shocking and really dark moments and really clever twists to kind of keep me guessing and kind of kept me stunned the whole time. Like, okay, wait a minute, what is going on here? There's this sense of mystery between the 2 characters, a lot of unspoken things, a few layers being peeled back as the movie progresses, to where you are going like, what are these 2 doing with each other? How do they really feel about each other? Where are we going with this? I'll admit, I think the first half, maybe even the first 2/3, are stronger than the third act. I think there are some choices with Rachel McAdams' character that I found pretty surprising. I don't want to say baffling, but not surprising in a positive way. I really can't say I liked some choices they make with her. A couple places they bring her character I was a little confused by, because I thought I was feeling a certain way about her and supposed to feel a certain way about her, and then they put the character in a different lens at one point, and I'm not quite sure if I liked it, not quite sure if it fully works. Yet, I'm going to sound like a broken record, McAdams sells it. Dylan O'Brien sells it. They really bring this thing home. And the movie actually ends, I think, in a very clever and satisfying place. And I think the final shot of the movie is something so classic Raimi, with something that Rachel McAdams does with the camera that I just thought was, I'm like, oh my God, I'm loving this. So I'll say it kind of stumbles to get to its finish line, but the finish line was pretty fun. So at the very least, I'll tell you, this is a very satisfying, very fun January release. A lot of times January is treated like the dumping ground for movies that aren't good. So I think this is well worth the price of admission and well worth your time. I think if you're a big Sam Raimi fan, you're going to love this. It's got that dynamic visual style, the grossness, the slapstick comedy stuff, and just two actors who are very, very fun. If you aren't into his style, I could see people thinking it's like way too campy or way too gross or like weird and it looks bad in certain places, even though it's like very intentional in moments. So I think your mileage may vary on Sam Raimi. His projects outside of Spider-Man, I feel like a lot of people have differing opinions on that, but I had a really, really great time. I know I'm a little biased because I'm a Raimi fanboy, but man, he delivered. So do I think it's a perfect film? Did it absolutely blow me away? No, but what it did is it gave me everything I loved from a director that I love, two performers I love, and it gave me a really entertaining, fun time. My theater was laughing, my theater was gasping, we were shocked, we were stunned, we were uncomfortable, so it was really effective. And by the end of it, am I going to recommend this to people? I absolutely am. So I'm going to give this movie a very solid 7.5 out of 10. It is my first new release of the year. I've been slacking with the award stuff, has been taking up all my attention, but my first release of the year. It's been a very fun one, and I really hope people go see it. Thank you everyone for joining today. Remember, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel, to me on TikTok, but most importantly, check out everything that's going on at moviearcher.com, and I cannot wait to hang out with all of you again very, very soon.